It's going to be Medi. That makes a whole lot more sense. GDMs do play that map. They have played it before. So it definitely is something that is in line with what they are good at. So there we go. We're gonna be starting with the second game of the match. It's going to be Mediterranean, the home map of Gladiadores del Mythology. They have switched a few players around. Well, a few players, like one player. It's going to be right about now Locke playing with xPlatinum, and they're gonna be playing against SunTzu with Chauda. So the civilizations are Loki and Gaia against Set and Zeus. Quite an interesting combination, Loki and xPlatinum in the Loki and Gaia. Something that's gonna be some interesting shenanigan on the plan. Like some really early land attack I would be expecting from Locke. Really wouldn't be surprised at all about that. Yeah, the other team seems to be fairly normal. That, of course, set in there could be helpful absolutely everywhere. Zeus is going to be always good from SunTzu. But we are going to be looking at Chauda already starting the drop. A bit more into the corner in here of the water, as the second is probably going to be quite far away. Looking how he's establishing it. The one for SunTzu is going to be a bit more reasonable as far as potentially having like 2 or 3 right next to each other. So that is something that really could be a bit helpful on the water battle. We're gonna be definitely expecting he's gonna be advancing through Athena. Quite a nice back gold in there for him. As there's gonna be obviously the same from Chauda as well, with the TC being quite well hidden. So it almost seems like there are gonna be only potentially front TCs in range. And Pelt of Argus for unit LOS, quite a nice one, definitely helpful to be having. As all the way to the bottom, there's gonna be another relic, this time for Cavalry and Chariot Arch 8 points. All the way to the middle, this TC certainly seems like it's gonna be in water range. Yeah, it definitely will be. A bit later, therefore, there should be even more TCs. Like, for example, this one. And on the other side, we are already discovering the top TC there as well. There's going to be still a second about like here. That's going to be having the same story behind it. So far, we are looking at slightly interesting position of the dog for xPlatinum. Obviously, he was trying to find the fishies. Unfortunately for him, did not exactly. But at the same time, he has also built it into the middle pretty much. His little outreach into the water. And therefore, that is going to be right now heading for quite a solid efficiency nonetheless. Gonna be having another 3, so I'm expecting somewhere about there in the darkness. Yeah, it's gonna be another dock for better siege weapons and siege myth units, pretty much. Damage as well, so all the way into the top. And it's going to be right about now, of course, the Gaia is right next to Locke. As Loki, who's gonna be having yet again dock into basically the pocket position here on the water a bit. As he's gonna be wanting a bit more efficiency on the rock there, but he's gonna be having to move the second one probably quite far away, so that he does have some kind of use out of it as well. Yeah, right now at about 2 minutes 16, so let's for example compare. No, we cannot really compare anything all that much because we are literally having all kinds of different gods in here. So Zeus, Loki, Set, and Gaia, so basically every single civilization is right now present, so you cannot compare players all that much. Quite a nice combination right now of the front TC and the gold mine, but here again, there's gonna be the Rust Relic potentially for cheaper villages. That could be really important a bit later in the game, but right now at about 2 minutes 40, we're gonna be waiting for the red player to be heading home with the scaling and dropping a temple sometime soon as well. Now I'm gonna be also interested how the guy is gonna be approaching it. So far we would be expecting it's gonna be basically standard classical age fighting on the water and nothing really out of it all that much. Nothing out of it all that much. Plenty of piggies all the way to the back if he wants them, and apparently you can see that Chauda was able to kill at least one of the oracles with his battle boar pretty much, with the hyena also coming forward, and he's gonna be converting at least a few extra animals. You can see he's getting extra piggy and he's gonna be getting extra bear, but he seems to be sending the piggy potentially for hunt once he's gonna be finished with the chickens, or is he gonna be just switching straight into all of those? He definitely could be doing a bit better job as far as efficiency, because you want to be having the animals skilled like about there, further away from the TC, so that you can fit the villages between the TC and the piggy. Because right now they just have to be walking around. Plenty of them, like for example this one you can see. He's wasting a lot of time, so rather she. That's like 2 seconds per trip. And it definitely mounts up in there in the long term. And of course when they are gonna be right next to each other, not even all that many villages will be able to position themselves there and gather from them. So all the way to the right, this is gonna be right about now Oceanus. 20% already in, so it's gonna be like 430 slightly. 430, this is gonna be a bit later, about like 440. All the way on the left side, it's gonna be Athena already, and it's quite a quick one. You can see right now the Chauda is gonna be advancing even a bit later, so he's just gonna be probably spamming a few dogs all around. So far he's having only one. as he's sending one of the piggies home, and therefore, right now SunTzu is probably gonna be trying to control the waters for as long as possible, allowing Klamchara to be coming back into the water a bit later. You can see Ptach is on the way, so advance 520 is not bad, but he certainly needs a few more dogs, like dog there. It's gonna be one, probably third one somewhere for the threesome on the left side, I'll be expecting, but here, already double 3 RMS moving forward, and we're gonna be waiting for the players, of course, to advance into the next ages as well. But it seems to me that right now Loki is not gonna be having that much of a problem, as he didn't advance that late. And of course, you're gonna be expecting xPlatinum with at least the serve and checking out the enemy dogs, maybe even slowing them down. Because so far, interestingly enough, Klamchara is not coming for the second one yet, unless they are planning something really nasty. Vandalage is still getting in favor, okay. Otherwise, this is just a water build order. For SunTzu, unfortunately, is housing himself. That's unlucky. To the highest degree. Seems like he's not exactly all that used to Zeus play lately, or something along those lines. As right now, Town Center is gonna be welcoming the visit of the Minotaur from the teammate, and there we go. It's gonna be Will Rush in the end. There we go. He does have vision somewhere here. No, he doesn't. He's gonna be heading there. He's having plenty of piggies well positioned. Scatoscopus is already coming forward. Okay, so that's why that was the visit. And gonna be right now coming forward. They can of course send them all away right about now. They are. So there we go. Bit of a fun on the water. Of course, he's gonna be continuing. You can see that actually SunTzu is gonna be still continuing with that. He is still producing both, but all the way here to the bottom. It's gonna be quite an interesting idea. Bolt against the flower. Quite obviously well done. As he probably needs to be right about now trying to destroy the Pharaoh. That would be a nice idea with shooting from the TC, but he just doesn't need to seem to be mining all that much. It's gonna be even restoration to heal the hit points, but ours are in. And right now, even though the TC is gone yet again, when you are Will Rushing and Atlantean, much more important than taking the TC on is destroying the villages, because if the villages escape, you can see they are already on the run, then nothing much really happened, especially if you're gonna be on top of that water in there. So I'm kind of slightly not interested. That's a next level trap. That's a legit piggy trap. Legit piggy trap right about now here. I just want to be having some good position for a screenshot, because this is absolutely excellent. Holy damn. Sending the piggies to basically trap the villager there. That's absolutely next level. And he's gonna wait now taking the back TC for the reason, because of all those towers in there. Just needs to be waiting for that. And of course, because it's a Gaia, he cannot place any kind of build in there anyway. So, interesting idea, as the villagers right now gonna be dead. Piggies have actually served their purpose. Right now they can be eating the remainders. So there's absolutely no witness and basically proof of the crime. So, that was nice. Nice little play in there by xPlatinum, as he's gonna be still having plenty of boats together with Locke, and that's the reason why Klamchara wasn't coming for the water. That's why I was so confused, because he was coming for this. Gonna be finishing for the TC in there. It's gonna be second one, moving in for the gold, and we're gonna be curious to see if he's gonna be able to keep Platinum of the TC. I'm not entirely all that optimistic right about now. I don't think so, because still gonna be having plenty of resources. The Atlantean didn't lose a single village, if I have seen things correctly. So you're gonna be right now looking through water, where SunTzu is gonna be trying to move ahead and forward. So let's see about it. And of course, at this point, he's gonna be right now probably too hard for SunTzu to be continuing, even though he's still doing what he can, keeping the water battle alive, but with only one dog there. Potentially at second and third though. So you can see actually Klamchara could be coming for that. He's actually coming for that right there, but you can see that Locke is going to be sending all units to the bottom and also getting a second TC already. So he's very well prepared for what is going to come. I'm just going to be curious if maybe Klamchara is going to be following through with fast heroic. So at this point his economy probably should be in shambles, and since he doesn't have the water, still gonna at least continue with it. It's going to be interesting to see if he's going to be coming fully back. So far built at least a few boats and he's not having auto queue. But the reality is right now gonna be maybe faking come back in there, but in the meantime SunTzu is still keeping at least his opponents busy, having them run after him as much as possible. As all the way to the left, we are gonna be looking at SunTzu apparently stopping with the water, so the water is not gonna be basically of interest to them anymore, which is of course this early in the game gonna be advantage for GDMs, but from TC they can, and therefore as we said, the water will be important a bit later, as we know the TCs are in water range here. So there we go, this is going to be right about now. Of course, SunTzu trying to do what he can at the last moment, but even a few boats coming forward. I probably are thinking that actually right now, straight REE, are just trying to force the opponents to still commit to the water a bit more than they will be comfortable with. But at the same time, of course, the TC is already finished. That's going to be already second run. being made, and it's gonna be probably about SunTzu all the way to the top, trying to somehow overpower Locke, if he's gonna be able to do so. Okay, so all the way into the middle, it's going to be right about now. The baboon with a large gold mine and palm tree, quite of course in the middle. The standard trio that we have seen on every Mediterranean in the team games. Now see, of course, a bit of a distraction of the water economy for Locke, and it's going to be a bit of a nuisance, so well played, of course, right now by SunTzu to continue, or the SunTzu to continue with this still for the time being. But of course on the water there was a maybe bit of a attempt by Klamchauda. Unfortunately, he for example doesn't have even fishing boats in the dock, so therefore even them are not exactly right now shooting. Okay, so all the way into the base, it's gonna be pretty much just the only house right about now for it. Otherwise, he's gonna be apparently heading back all the way to the top, and he's gonna be hoping to be having some proper fight against SunTzu. So let's see about that kind of matchup. As all the way to the backside, it's gonna be still a few animals available for SunTzu to be gathering from. You're gonna be checking if maybe somebody is advancing. Not yet, but there's going to be Purse coming, of course, for it. Quite understandable, but I don't think he even needs to be producing any more boats, and he exactly isn't. As the water seems to be pretty much done with, and Klamchauda will have to be probably trying a bit of a comeback a bit later once he is going to be in the heroic age. But let's check into the economy for the players. Klamchauda is not having anything great. Locke is also not too great. With SunTzu getting close by to heroic age. But xPlatinum is going to be advancing a whole lot faster as the Atlantean, exactly as you would be expecting. So therefore, we are expecting xPlatinum and SunTzu to be having good heroic ages. So therefore, we could be thinking that Klamchauda is probably going to be having a bit of a problem very quickly. Very quickly indeed in there. As all the way to the top, it might be just though resulting into SunTzu having interesting game against Locke. Thing is that Locke, as the Loki, is going to be getting the flaming weapons, and without the ceasefire on the other side, they're going to be really hard to deal with. Okay, so there we go. This is gonna be, of course, plenty of villages. Let's kind of check onto villager upgrades, because you don't have anything to do too much at this point. It's gonna be getting the third TC in there already, as the water is pretty much resolved. You're gonna be waiting for the heroic ages and the first fights there. Also Hendax in there for blue, for teal. Hendax and pickaxe, with shaft mine getting researched. Third TC all the way to the back for Locke as well. So he's kind of basically copying what SunTzu is doing all together across the map. Hendax and shaft mine in there for him, so really good economy overall as the army is getting stronger for Locke. Thing is that he's probably not gonna be having all that much of a chance, at least for the time being. But once he gets into the heroic age, it's gonna be really increasingly difficult to keep this up because of his dominance on the water, and therefore a few siege boats from here, you're gonna be able to put the TC into rubbles. Or the rubble, pretty much. Okay, so a few hoplites, they're actually mediums already, and it seems to me that there's not much of an army so far left for Locke, so he seems to be stockpiling resources for the next age, I'm expecting. Now on number 2. 77, has he already clicked? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. So medium infantry and braggy for him. We're gonna be right now checking on SunTzu, who is not exactly high there on the resources, basically heavily investing into the army, and he's probably gonna be hoping that he can rush his opponent as quickly as possible. As on the water, interestingly enough, Klamchauda is still continuing with the classical age fighting. Gonna be having a few boats against red and against even teal, but teal, since he's in the heroic age, he can probably quite easily come from him. You can see pretty good raiding right now by Locke. All the way into the middle of SunTzu's base. He's not gonna be blocking the back TC, obviously, but otherwise he's pretty much all across the place here, as the armor is already up. And that heroic age, he's gonna be well ready and well prepared for that. In the meantime, of course, right about now, Platinum, since he has advanced with the behemoths already, he's gonna be knocking on the opponent's door, and since he basically doesn't have all that much extra choice, but get a few mercenaries going, as his economy is not exactly too strong, and even if he was advancing into heroic age, he would be just getting a few ancestors without Eclipse, so he wouldn't be really all that strong. So this seems really kind of bad for Klamchauda. Gonna be having to retrieve the villages fairly quickly, even through the tower in there, and therefore everything that has been lost before is going to be regained by xPlatinum without actually all that much of a problem in here, it seems. Those behemoths actually having such strong tusks, they are coming through the texture of the tower in there. Yeah, so all the way to the top side, you're gonna be right now looking at an interesting battle, because through bottom that's gonna be pretty much a carnage, at least for the time being. So you're gonna be right now interested if maybe the hoplites will be able to take down the TC, but looking right now at the piggy, it seems kind of unlikely, as even more of them are gonna be coming forward, and of course a bit of army at the back is gonna be just wreaking havoc in the economy of the enemy. So very well done so far, but the hoplites are still in pretty good numbers, at least for the time being. You can see he doesn't have any armory upgrades potentially, so the armory was really only because... mainly because of his heroic age and kind of attempt for that. So this TC maybe seems like that it could be actually falling all the way here to the back. In his base, unfortunately, though, he's getting quite heavily raided, so therefore he's gonna be having to send at least a few units back, unless he just doesn't care. And this is gonna be his victory in this game, getting this TC down. Almost seems like the case. And yeah, well, those archers certainly should be shooting at all those medium throwmen or the throwing axemen. The TC is still having way too many hit points and it's getting a bit difficult for the dwindling numbers of the hoplites to be putting it down. So there's gonna be a front TC with a bit of a gift. 3 farms, it's gonna be 400 wood right about now, saved for xPlatinum. I think he's gonna be quite happy about that. A little thingy in there, that's all the way into the middle. That's already gonna be plenty of behemoths moving forward. And Cloudchara will be having to find yet another thing right about now to fall back to. Yes, even a few Kontara are present for xPlatinum. Didn't he have the relic here for the cavalry speed, or was it the last map? No, that was probably the last map, it seems like. So that's quite a nice right now mythic unit to be getting in there. I mean, like, any kind of mythic unit is pretty great against classical age Zeus. Once you are gonna be especially an upgrade up with heavy infantry in there as well, with Atlas for xPlatinum. Oh well, nothing good is coming right about now for Cloudchara at all. As right now SunTzu didn't manage to get the TC down, and the army of course is gonna be getting increasingly powerful, with even the whole copper line prepared for him. And to the bottom, plenty of units. A few priests already, and of course Cloudchara is probably gonna be having quite a bit of a problem with gold, exactly, and since he's still in classical age, he cannot even sell anything, therefore he just cannot get all that many units. And the priests definitely need to be concentrated on the behemoths like they are right about now. So there's gonna be right now even one of the last carnivoras, I guess. Yeah, the last carnivora in there. So the TC is gonna be completely utterly destroyed for Cloudchara, and he probably doesn't have enough gold right now to even get the settlement there, as he's trying to get the armory, but he's already gonna be calling it a GG, as he has been getting completely destroyed in there. And all the way to the top, there could have been some interesting fights still between Locke and SunTzu, but it seems like that SunTzu would be probably having quite a significant trouble with this as well, especially with the back build by Locke right now coming forward. Yep, right now gonna be a bit of a knowledge imparted by SunTzu what should have happened. Attack the tower and will, yeah, definitely that's what should have happened. Kill the towers with the villagers, they are really good at that. And potentially try to kill villagers, but xPlatinum was experienced enough himself, and he was already running with them. So that was very well done. And as I said every time that we see this, if you are going to will rush an Atlantean, you need to kill villagers first and foremost. The TC is secondary pretty much. You're gonna be killing it, but you won't be succeeding unless you also destroy a significant portion of enemy villages. Quite a nice one though, quite a nice attempt by SOEE to overcome the odds, but GDMs are gonna be taking the second home map right about now for them, and they're gonna be winning the match 2-0, so congratulations on that. So let's check into the post game right about now. This is going to be Locke with the highest score in here. He was having quite a nice match against SunTzu. xPlatinum was kind of steamrolling to the bottom at the bottom, or rather a bit later, and he also was slowed down quite obviously by the will rush. So he was having a bit of a trouble with that for obvious reasons. So that's why he's not high on the score, or rather that high on the score. And fortunately the follow-up wasn't exactly there. It was probably planned on the spot for SOEE. But maybe in some other rounds they're gonna be able to follow through and make it a victory. You can see Locke, really good echo. Quite good boom, but that's what Norse are actually really good at. And players have started exploring it a bit more and discovering it as well. Realizing that Norse are really damn good at booming. And they really are. 91-91. That's quite nice. That's quite nice for him. And the research is pretty much kind of similar for all the teams. Cloudchara and SunTzu giving it their all. And for the opponents, they were having a bit calmer games there. And quite a good reaction, obviously, with the behemoths. With Rhea for xPlatinum. Not bad. You can see they kind of still continued booming fairly similarly. Especially when you consider that Locke was having the advantage of water. So you can see the villages weren't that different for them. So that's kind of nice for SOEE. But yeah, well, then the army for SunTzu destroyed. He wasn't able to take the TC down in front there. And the heroic age, that was just even more of a reason why he shouldn't be having an easy game anymore. And Cloudchara, Yeah, that was just kind of probably always going to be the case. And you just couldn't put xPlatinum out of commission completely. GG. So let's correct the score. That's going to be right now GDM at 2-0. And I am interested if maybe by some random luck there isn't another right now game going, but I don't think so. I don't think there should be another game for today because it was the only match that was a maybe. During the week we had on Thursday TM versus Uka Lizards. So if you are interested in that, that was on Thursday, so it's in the past broadcasting here. Very short games, so it's not going to be a long video for you if you're gonna be skipping all those starting delays and whatever like that. But nonetheless, that's it for today. As I said, even for example on Twitter and Facebook, we weren't expecting all that many games today as the gods have conspired against us and plenty of things went into the clan's business. They're gonna be having plenty of games next week though, because many of them are gonna be having to play 2 matches at once. So next week, and especially weekends, should be filled with AoT Mythology goodness. So follow us here on the channel, not to miss on that. And then of course Facebook, Twitter and YouTube, where we have just today published more games that we have streamed. Feel free to visit. All the links are below the stream or there /RTS League. It's really quite simple for us. So that's going to be about it. I'm just going to be reminding you, as always, RTS-Sanctuary.com. That's the home of the AoT Mythology community since 2003. So like the whole history, all the recorded games of tournaments, strategy guides, just the wisdom of the community, or just discussions on all kinds of themes. Feel free to also join us for more. If you are interested to talk about things, so RTS-Sanctuary.com, and otherwise there is AoT Mythology Heaven for scenarios and mods, and like graphical mods, custom campaign scenarios, some whatever things that you can be thinking up that could be modded in AoT Mythology. You're gonna be finding that at AoT Mythology Heaven, and there is also Reddit /AoT Mythology. And these games have been played on Woobly, the best place for AoT Mythology and Age of Empires multiplayer, and using Woobly balance patch 3.0, as you could have seen. For example, even Gaia used quite freely, Odin as well. But here again, as I always repeat, if you want to be playing the original game with the Ensemble Studios patch, or maybe even just vanilla, feel free to visit as well. There are all kinds of players here on Woobly. For example, you can be also playing with friends against Titan AI. That's what is a bit of a thing here, and otherwise plenty of other custom scenarios besides just standard supremacy. Like Forest Escape is kinda played lately, some Settlers, Tiny, Zelda, you name it. Plenty of things are lately played, and it's pretty great to be seeing the diversity that players can be enjoying in AoT Mythology. So I hope that you enjoyed. Also, the last thing, we are also hosting RTS League Discord. If you are interested in that, there's a link below the stream. So feel free to visit us for a bit of a talk about AOM, or maybe just basically about the games that you have just seen with other people. So we'd be glad if you could be getting that somewhere into some good AoT Mythology discussion meet in place. But that's going to be it. I hope that you enjoyed today. I've been Blackadder at the RTS League channel. Thank you very much for watching, and see you later.